Hello, everyone. It looks like we have quite a crowd out there. So this webcast is for you, but it's also for anyone around you, maybe parents, grandparents, friends, family, that may want to know what you're doing for 10 days in Boston. So feel free to invite them to come watch the webcast, ask questions. I mean, they may want to know. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Maybe. So we'll wait. Go ahead. Go get them. A few minutes. Just kidding.
I know.
Time's up. All right. All right. Well, welcome 2018 Women to Women delegates. We are really excited about this year. We have a very large group. We have about 30 countries that will be represented. Yeah. So what we're doing today is we're going to go through everything you need to know before you arrive in Boston. And we're also going to give you a glimpse of what the schedule is going to look like. It's going to be very, very busy, so rest up before you get here.
Who are you?
Oh, yeah, we never even introduced ourselves. Yeah. Okay, just so you know, we have Doug is behind the camera over there. Oh, wait, he's going to come out and say hi. There he is. Hi. Hello.
Doug is the man with the amazing journalist voice.
Yeah, he liked that comment, by the way. Yeah, he liked that. All right, so I'm Trisha Raynard. I'm the Executive Director of Empower Peace. You're going to see a lot of me during the 10 days.
And I'm Carrie Johnston. I'm the Outreach Coordinator at Empower Peace.
And we have been doing this. This is now our 13th year. So we are just going to go through this now. Now, if you have a question, you have the ability to send us questions, and we will try to get to all of them as we go through this webcast. Okay?
Yep, there is a panel that says questions. Just click in the questions box and type your question, and we may not answer it immediately, but we will definitely get to it.
All right. So, as we talked about, we have a number of countries that are going to be represented this year. You'll see that on your slide. We don't have to go through all of them, but we have new countries this year.
We do, yeah. We're very excited.
All right. So you want to let us know which ones?
We have Armenia that is new this year.
Wow.
We have got
Panama.
Yes, Panama and Colombia. And
United Kingdom.
The UK, yes. The United Kingdom.
And Mauritius.
Mauritius, yes.
I'm hoping I'm saying that right.
I know.
But yeah, this is very exciting. All right. Now, I believe we have someone from Mauritius on today.
We do, yes.
I am sure a lot of people want to know where Mauritius is. So that'll be one of the questions. I'm sure of it. Okay, maybe your action plan is about my country. All right. So, Carrie, where are we staying this year?
We actually have a new location this year. It's pretty much almost across the street from where we were before, but it is Simmons College. Simmons College is right in the Fenway district. It's beautiful. So you've got a lot of healthcare organizations, hospitals, shopping, a little bit of everything in it. It's right in this area. It's fantastic. Mm-hmm. And for those of you that like baseball, Fenway Park is literally just down the street. So a lot of fun.
Yes. All right. So what you need to know about Massachusetts. Okay, well, we can start off with climate. It ranges. I mean, it can change. It can be cool in the morning, super hot in the afternoon. You could have a rainstorm, and it could cool down in the evening. Right now, we're experiencing a heat wave, so there's no cool down. No. I'm kind of thinking that we're getting it over. I should knock on wood. We're getting over with now. So the bottom line is you have to prepare for everything. I would definitely recommend bringing sweatshirts as well as something a little bit cooler. The workshops, mostly, it's pretty casual, so you can dress casually during the day, but you definitely want to bring something to keep you cool. You want to bring something that's going to keep you warm, especially at night. If you have any type of rain gear, I would definitely bring that. So if you have a raincoat, you have an umbrella, that's a really smart idea.
Yeah, last year we got inundated with rain. It was a couple straight days of downpours, so... Yeah. You definitely will probably want to have at least an umbrella with you.
Yeah. So be prepared for the weather.
Yes.
All right. But I'm hoping it's not as hot as right now.
Oh, I know. I hope it cools down.
Okay. So, Carrie, why don't we start off a little bit about the conference? So as of right now, most of you should have your travel itinerary. Is that correct?
Most should, yes.
Okay. If you have not, you can contact us. If you are doing your own, please let us know when you are arriving so that we can meet you at the airport. If we are coordinating it for you, know that we are working on that. We'll get it to you within the next couple of days.
I'm hoping to have some out today and then the rest Monday, Tuesday, hopefully.
Okay, so if you have any questions, definitely reach out to us on that, but you should have it. So most of you are arriving on the 19th. And I say most of you, it's because of way travel schedules work depending on which country you're coming from. But arrival day is on the 19th. We will be at the airport tracking your flights and meeting you as soon as you get off and bringing you to Simmons College, where you will be checked in by Carrie. Departure date is on the 28th, so that's a Saturday, and we will also make sure you have transportation to get back to the airport. And it'll be very clear on what shuttle bus you should be going back on, so we'll help you out with all of that.
Yeah, for those of you that are meeting us at the airport, it will be at baggage. So when you come, or for the international travelers, you'll grab your baggage and you will head out the doors. We're going to be right there in blue shirts to meet you with signs.
More than likely, you will see me at Terminal E. That seems to be my place. So I'll probably be there waiting for you. Okay, so we jump right into action with this schedule. Now, it's very, very busy. Okay, so at the end of the 10 days, when we give you the survey and we say, what could we improve on? I already know that we should have more free time, okay? But it's a leadership conference. You know, there's not a lot of time. We have 10 days to change the world, right? Okay, so on Friday, we're going to, like we say, we are going to get things started. We will get you all together in the morning. We'll do some icebreakers. What that means is it's little exercises so that we can all get to know each other. And then we have something really fun planned. We are bringing you all to a reception so that we can introduce you to some of the prominent men and women in our community, and they can welcome you to Boston, and we'll have lunch in downtown. Then we'll be going back to Simmons College and kind of running you through what the week is going to be. So you'll have what we call our conference orientation. We will also talk a little bit more about action plans and what that looks like, because the whole idea of this 10 days is to teach you all how to build an action plan so that you can implement it when you go home. So we're going to jump right into things that first day. We also are bringing back Mason West, who is going to really dive into what kind of leader are you? I mean, when you get in the room, you're going to see that you're all very different, but you all have amazing leadership qualities. So we're going to talk about where you fit, what kind of leader are you, and how to bring out the best in you. And Mason is phenomenal at that.
Amazing. We're also going to have team meetings. So when you guys arrive here in Boston, you're going to get your name badges and everything. And on that name badge will be the name of your team. And a lot of the stuff you're going to be doing in your teams. So you'll meet with your team also that night.
Our teams are led by our Women to Women alumni. So they are coming back. We have a great group. If you haven't seen them already, I know we posted their pictures up on Facebook. So definitely take a look. But you will have team captains. You'll be part of a team. And it'll be with people you probably don't know. I mean, we try to diversify it quite a bit. All right, so you're going to make new friends right off the bat. All right, Saturday. We are planning on a fun day on Saturday. And we haven't given you too much information on purpose because we're toying around with a number of different ideas and we kind of want it to be a surprise. But know that you arrive, we jump into action. Saturday, we have a little bit of fun, and then we go right into Sunday. So you want to talk about Sunday?
Sure. I also we have Anna, our alumni from last year from Portugal.
Anna!
So hello, Anna. All right, so Sunday, I'm actually working the computers and seeing your questions, so you'll see me looking down a lot, so I apologize. But Sunday we're actually doing some new stuff. We've got some more developmental workshops that we're doing. So we're doing understanding leadership, mindfulness, and self-care. And that's with a woman from Eastern Bank, which is a bank here in the Boston area. And then we've got women in sports, health, wellness, and making a better you. We have Bounce Life Skills Workshop. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so what that is this woman is going to come in and talk to us all about how to be the best you. And how do you keep the positive things in your life and get rid of the negative things? So she will really dive into how do you stay motivated? How do you advocate for yourself? So I think it'll be very interesting. She's also a former Peace Corps worker
that's
from
awesome.
Morocco.
Oh, excellent. We have somebody from Morocco coming.
Excellent.
Then we have your inner activist with George Bata. This is his third year, I believe, here. He is a Syrian refugee who actually works with Syrian refugees here in the U.S. trying to help them get into colleges.
Yeah.
He is amazing. You're going to love him. And then Mason will be back for the second part of his workshop.
Do you have any questions so far?
Just regarding the teams, will the teams be people from your countries? You might have somebody from your country in your team, but it's not specific. So you definitely won't have everybody from your country in that same team. We try and split them up.
Yeah, so the teams are divided in a number of ways.
Yeah.
One is by some of the issues that you've outlined in your application.
Yep.
We good?
Yep, I think we're good.
All right. So Monday, we will start off with a keynote speaker from City Year. His name is Charlie Rose. For those of you not familiar with City Year, it is an organization, it's a volunteer organization where students take a year off from school and they work in basically public school systems. And correct me if I'm getting this wrong, but they are very, very active in actually around the country.
Yeah.
Helping from everything from inner city schools, they can do after school programs. So Charlie Rose is going to be talking to us a little bit more about that.
Yep.
Then we're heading off to Babson College, and they are going to do an entire day on entrepreneurism and that type of thinking and management. I think you're going to like it there quite a bit. After we finish up at Babson College, we are heading over to Harvard's Kennedy School of Government, where we are going to meet the Mason Fellows. Now, the Mason Fellows, this is a really interesting group of people. They are women. It's a mid-career program, and they have just basically started at Harvard with this program, and they're from all over the world, and they're going to be talking about what they've done and what they're doing, and you are able to ask them questions from everything about what were some of their obstacles, what do they hope to do when they go home. So it's really a great way for an international community to come together and learn a lot from them. All right. You want to talk a little bit about... do we have more questions?
Yeah, I'm just
coming
reading
in?
what the questions are.
By the way, Carrie can fix anything. I know I shouldn't... cat's out of the bag. Carrie's a genius.
No. I wish. Just the questions, what organization? I don't know if they're talking about City Year. It just asked, what organization? Could you repeat that organization? Thank you. So I'm not sure if they're talking about City Year.
Yeah, City Year. And you're also going to get a copy of this schedule. So we're going to send you all of this information. Anything else we need to know?
Not at the moment. We'll address some of it a little bit coming soon. So, all right. So now we are... Oops.
We are on Tuesday.
Yes. All right. So Tuesday, I'm really excited about Tuesday. This is something brand new. Recently, Converse, who I'm sure most of you have heard of, Converse has a location here in Boston, and it is amazing. Yeah, their headquarters is here in Boston. It's amazing, and we kind of have a partnership going with them this year that. We're going to spend the day at Converse's location, and there's different workshops that are going to happen. They're going to have a panel discussion with women from all different levels in Converse, right down from the intern all the way up through senior management.
Yes.
So they're going to be talking with us, and then we're actually going to do stuff that's going to help with your action plan
hands-on
development.
Yeah.
So we're going to do bringing causes to life. So with your action plan, you're going to want to, try and figure out how to get that word out there to people. And they're going to teach you about that, teach you how to talk about and how to basically market your action plan.
So we're very passionate about the issues that we want to work on. And Converse, as a company, has taken on a number of very public social issues. And they're going to talk about how they choose these issues to work on and how they tell their story of why they're involved and why it's important. And they're going to teach you all how to do the same thing. So when you talk about the issue that you want to work on when you go home, what is it that inspires you and what do you want people to know? So how do you tell that story? And then what does it look like? So they're going to talk about logo and brand development. How do you market it, and then how do you tell your story? It's going to be, so the first part of the day is learning from them, and the second part of the day is going to be really hands-on. But this is your time, really, and everything that we do, we encourage you to be extremely active, ask questions. This is the time to do it. That you're here to learn from all of these people, and Converse is going to be really, I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be great. They are really excited to have you there. This is the first time they've done something like this, so they're like opening their doors to you.
So after we finish with Converse for the day, we're heading back to Simmons, and we've got Reverend Liz Walker coming back. She does the basics of public speaking. It's something that we all have to do. I personally do not like speaking in public, but she is fantastic. She will kind of walk through some tips and that, and she's great. And then we've got team meetings again.
Yes.
To end the day.
All right, how are we doing? Any more questions? I see some things popping up.
The one question, the organization was the Mason Fellows. They kind of wanted a little bit more information as, well, who are they? What do they do?
Okay. I will never do it justice, so I will definitely send you, or you will get some information. That'll also have some information about the Mason Fellows in your program book.
Yeah. All right, so now we are on to Wednesday.
All right.
So Wednesday is kind of the empowerment from within. So we have Arlene Fortunato, who is works for the Greater Boston Food Bank here in Boston. So she's going to talk with you guys. And then we have Professor Rusty Tunnard. He is from the Fletcher School at Tufts University. And he's going to come in and for part one of his workshop, talk about the power of your social network. And it's really fascinating. So what we are actually going to end up doing is we're going to send you a quick little survey that we need you guys to fill out. More details will be coming. But he's going to take the information from that survey, analyze it, and he's going to kind of show you your network. It's very cool. And then we're giving you some time for action plan development. So some of the workshops that you guys have been doing already throughout the week are going to help you to develop this action plan.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason why we have alums coming back and serving as team captains. We are here to help you with this. You do not have to know everything and think of everything on your own. That's why we're here, to brainstorm with you, to come up with different ideas, and to answer any questions you may have while you're developing your action plan.
Right. And then for Wednesday to continue, we have Denise Burgess. She is the CEO for the Girl Scouts of Eastern New England. I was just actually reading her bio. She's
amazing.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
She's actually been on CNN. She worked the news desks during the Iraqi
She
war.
worked for the State Department. She's worked in the Congo. So she's been all over the world, and she's going to really talk to you about why it's so important to have girls in leadership positions.
Right. And then we've got building your personal brand with Denise Kagler. And then grab the media spotlight with Dot Joyce. So these are new this year.
Yep.
So we're very excited. And then to end of the day, we've got understanding sexual assault and harassment with the Boston Area Rape Crisis Center.
Yep. I mean, obviously that is a news item that's been all over in current events, and we really want to address it. We want to help you all identify what it is and what we can do about it, either especially as bystanders as well.
Right.
Okay. All right. And then we have team meetings. We do try to have you meet with your team as often as possible. We can't do it every day, but I think we have most days.
Yeah. It's a time for you guys to check in, and if you're having any kind of issues or you're not understanding something, it's a time that you guys can kind of all get together and talk through anything.
Yep. So. All right. How are we doing? More questions?
We've got, when is the schedule going to be posted? We'll be able to send you the schedule probably next week.
Yeah, we're still making some tweaks, so I don't want to send you anything until we've just adjusted some time frames, but you will definitely get it before you arrive.
Right, and you'll also, when you do arrive, you're going to receive a bag when you arrive. So in it will be the binder that has all of the schedule, the speaker bios, workshop information. Mm-hmm. You'll be getting notebook, pens, all of that. So you'll get that when you arrive also. So you don't have to bring your own notebook and pens and that.
Yeah.
We're good with that.
We're good?
Yeah.
All right. All right, Thursday, we head back to Harvard University. We are going to the law school, and we'll be spending the day at the law school. We are starting off with the Power of Women panel. Again, this is a discussion for you to learn from these women and ask them questions. They're all in really significant positions. As you can see on your screen, we have Elise and Jimmy, and she works for it's called the Foundation to be Named Later, and they do amazing things. They raise a lot of money and help a lot of different programs in the Boston area. It's like school programs. It could be sending kids to camp. The other person we have is Bethia Carter, and she's with the New England Blacks in Philanthropy. We have Melissa McDonald. She's with Liberty Mutual Foundation. And they also, Liberty Mutual is obviously, for those of you that don't know, a very large insurance company, and she heads up their corporate responsibility. So why does an insurance company want to get out into the community? What type of things is she looking for? Why does she fund the things she does? And, how did she get to her position? I mean, these are all things that you can ask these women. We also have someone from the Red Sox Foundation that will be part of that panel. And as a Red Sox fan, I'm excited to meet with her. Okay? All right. Following that discussion, we have Victoria Butson, and she is with the Women in Public Policy program at Harvard's Kennedy School. Again, what Victoria is going to do is she lays out the groundwork on why it's important for women to really take their seat at what we call the leadership table, the different perspectives that women give. And she's been doing this with us this will be her 13th year too. She's a wealth of knowledge, and again, you should really feel free to ask them questions. There's no dumb questions.
No, and she actually worked for President Obama in his administration. So.
Yep. All right. Following Victoria, now a number of you in your applications focus your issue areas that you are passionate about, focused on. It could be violence, it could be FGM, and also early childhood marriage. Amanda Parker is coming from Miami that day to be with us. She works for a foundation called the AHA Foundation, and she'll be addressing all of that in her talk. And she'll also be talking about things that you can do, because it's certainly not an easy subject area.
And then we go to the Art of Negotiation. This workshop has been since year one as well, so this is the 13th year. And we've got Shula, is it Gallard?
Yep.
Shula, she actually was with us last year. She's actually been at the program pretty much every single year, but this year she is doing the workshop. And then we are going to do action plan development, so you'll have more time to work on your action plans.
Yeah, one of the things that I find interesting about the negotiation workshop that they've said is statistically women are not good negotiators for ourselves. Now, if we want to negotiate for others, we're fantastic. We'll be great. But when it comes to negotiating for us, we're not that great.
No.
So we're going to go through this whole exercise of how we can be better and some of the things that we should be watching out for, like good listening skills as well. I think you're going to like that a lot. We'll take a small break, probably for lunch, just to kind of, again, talk about action plans. Everything, I think this one's definitely going to be a working lunch. And then, or actually, no, that's in the evening. So you'll have some time in the evening as well. And that brings us to Friday. This week's already gone by super fast.
It's crazy.
Rusty will be back, and he'll be giving you the results of what your social network looks like. So he's going to just be with us for a very short time. Now, Friday may change a little bit, but we're hoping to give you a little bit of time in the morning to work on your action plan presentations, and then we head over to the Massachusetts State House for your action plan presentations at the State House. So what will happen is that we will break you up into different groups, and you'll be in different rooms in the State House, and you will be presenting your action plan to a panel of people who will then provide you some feedback. So it could be anything from maybe, they know of an organization that's in your country that might be helpful. I mean, so the idea of the panel is to give you helpful suggestions and to kind of move your program, your action plan along. Now, we typically have a lot of questions about action plans. The presentations themselves, this is really important. It is an oral presentation. So you do not have PowerPoints, video, anything. It is just you, your notes, in front of a microphone presenting to the panel. It's depending on if you're doing it by yourself or someone else in your country group. That's an important point because your action plan must focus on an issue in your own country. Yes. So that's the only requirement we have. You can do it on your own or you can do it with someone else in your country. We like to see country groups work together because we feel like the more you have, the bigger, stronger your network, the more successful you might be, but that's not a requirement. So if you're doing it by yourself, you have 5 minutes. So you have to identify what your issue is, present your plan, do your closing in 5 minutes.
Yes. And we do time you, actually, because there's a lot of presentations that need to happen, so we want to be fair to everybody. Mm-hmm. So we do actually have a timer going. One question we're getting is, who is actually on the listening panel?
Oh gosh, we have there's like 20 people.
Yeah, they're from all different backgrounds.
So some of them are in government, some of them are in business, some of them are in education, some of them have backgrounds in human trafficking and violence.
Nonprofits.
And nonprofit organizations. Yep. You will be provided a list.
Yes. And for anybody that we have bios for, we'll make sure that those bios are actually in your binders that you'll be getting.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Nothing else on action plans?
Well, we do go into it a little bit further in.
Okay.
So, actually, it's coming right up.
All right.
So after the action plan presentations at the State House, we're going to head back to Simmons where we're going to have our closing night party.
That should be a lot of fun.
It will.
This week goes by faster than you can imagine.
All right. And then Saturday is travel day. So what we'll do is we will have a schedule that we will post on every single floor. We'll put it in the common rooms, but we have shuttle buses that run. So we'll just make sure that you get on the shuttle bus that will get you to the airport. So we will make sure that everybody has travels to get to the airport.
Yeah.
And there is breakfast, lunch, and dinner for those of you guys that have late flights or anything like that. So that will be provided the entire time.
Yep.
All right. So now we get into the action plan.
What is an action plan? Go ahead, Carrie. What's an action plan?
Okay, so one of the things that we have asked you guys to identify is something in your country, an issue in your country. It does not have to be a women's issue.
Right.
It can be any issue in your country that you want to work on. Mm-hmm. So you will do a little bit of research and bring that research with you. Mm-hmm. So when you come here, the action that's what you're going to develop is the action plan. So you're going to take that issue and you're going to come up with an idea and you're going to develop that idea. And it needs to be something that can be done within about 6 months' time.
Right.
Like I said, your action plan can be about anything. We have had, it's run the gamut. We have had people that have done their own conferences. Mm-hmm. We have had stuff
which we don't recommend, by the way. I mean, that one always scares me a little bit.
I know.
But we have had some groups be very successful in doing their own conferences based on what they've learned or, the model of women to women. Yep. But aside from that, because that does take a lot of resources and a lot of time, so that always makes me a little nervous. But we've also had people make short documentaries. Yeah. We've had people work on the environment. They do volunteer days and recycling. So when we say it doesn't have to be a women's issue, it doesn't. It needs to be something that you are passionate about, Absolutely. That you want to work on. The other thing, too, is that you may have an organization in your country that you want to work with. That's okay. Mm-hmm. That's still an action. The whole idea is when you go home to be active. So if it is, you don't need to reinvent the wheel, but we do want you to understand the role that you play and what you can do to kind of further your progress in the issue that you care about.
Right, and like Tricia said, the action plan you can be doing the action plan yourself, mm-hmm. or you can be doing it in a group. It just if you're doing it in a group, everybody in that group must be from that same country. Yeah. So it's up to you as to whether or not you want to do it by yourself or do it in a group.
Yeah. But do some research, because one of the interesting things here is that you're going to be in a group of people that share the same passion that you do. But what gender equity looks like in the United States, what it looks like in Norway, what it looks like in Egypt. That's an interesting discussion to have. What does, early childhood marriage look like in Uzbekistan versus what does it look like in Morocco? So have your research available to you so that, we can really learn from each other. And even the laws. So let's talk about that.
Yep. I say, no other questions about the action plan at the moment.
Wow, you guys
I know.
Great.
This is fantastic.
They have it down. Yeah.
All right, so now what to bring. So Simmons College will be providing, you're going to be in their dorms there. You'll be provided with a pillow, bed sheets, blanket, and bath towels.
Yeah.
So if you want to bring additional items, you're more than welcome to bring those.
Mm-hmm.
You will definitely have at least one roommate. It depends on the room configuration. It could be a triple where you would have 3.
Mm-hmm.
And we do not have any kind of roommate requests or anything like that.
Yep.
So you must stay in the rooms that you are assigned to.
Mm-hmm. I do recommend that you bring more bath towels. I mean, you get 2, but, it never hurts to have a couple of extras on you.
And so the dorms, the floors you guys are in, all female.
Mm-hmm.
And we, Trisha, myself, and the entire Empower Peace staff,
this is great news.
We actually stay in the dorms with you guys. So you guys will be seeing us a lot.
Hopefully not after midnight. Just as an FYI, it's not a good idea. Any questions about that?
No, not so far. Oh, wait. Well, we're going to get to some of these coming right up. So, all right. So at Simmons, oops. Sorry, there we go. There are computers there for you to use. There are some in the dorms themselves. There's also in the lunch area. So if you don't have any kind of laptop or anything that you bring with you, you will have access to computers.
Yep.
So that you can be able to communicate with home, let them know that you have arrived safely and that you're doing well.
Yes, you really should do that. So many times people come here and they get so wrapped up in everything, they forget to call home or email. Don't do that. There are people that are going to worry about you if they don't hear from you.
If you do decide, if you are bringing your own laptop, there is wireless internet throughout Simmons, and you will get all the internet username, password, and all that when you do arrive. All right. There we go. For some of you, with your phones might not work here in the U.S.
Yep.
So you might want to have an international calling card. If you do have an international phone that is unlocked, you can purchase SIM cards over here for your phone to work. And our interns, the Women to Women alumni who are here, who are your team leaders and that, will actually know where to get them and can send you where to get, or can bring you actually to where to get them.
Yeah, but we highly recommend that you talk to someone, your phone plan, just to check to make sure that you're not spending a lot of money on international charges.
Absolutely.
So absolutely check that out.
You'll probably need to have conversion plugs. We work on a 120 volt, 60 megahertz cycle, so that's different than most of Europe and Asia and the Middle East. So you are definitely going to want to have the conversion plugs with you.
I mean, obviously, if you're from the U.S., I think we have a U.S. studio.
Yeah, I think,
you don't need that.
You're the U.S. No, you guys aren't going to need it.
You're all good.
Just for our international groups. You'll bring your toiletries, and if you want to bring laptops or cameras or anything, just bring it at your own risk. You guys are responsible for those.
Yep.
All right. So one of the questions we are getting is regarding money, and is there a certain amount that they should be bringing? Is there anything that they are going to be required to pay for while they're here?
Okay. So while you're here with us, everything is paid for. So your meals, all travel to any activities, that is all under us. The only thing that you need money for is what you personally want to purchase. So, for example, I mean, it's a hard question to answer when they say how much. Okay, so for a sweatshirt, depending on where you purchase it, it could be anywhere from $40 to $60. If you want to buy, you're out with your friends and you want to buy an ice cream, where we are, it's probably around $4. Water could be, depending on where you go, it's probably about $2 T-shirts you can get for about $20. So again, if these are the things you're interested in, that's somewhat where the pricing is. But your meals, everything, when you're with us at the conference is covered. So there's no fees that we are going to charge you, unless, of course, you lose your keys.
Yes.
That's different.
Yep.
Questions are coming in fast and furious now. Okay. Now we're getting to it.
Okay, so is there a place that I can do laundry? Yes. Right in the dorm itself, there is a place that you can do laundry. You have to pay. I want to say it's like $1.25 or something like that for doing the wash, and then the same price to do the drying, but it's right in the dorm building itself.
I don't want to scare you though, but there's not a lot of free time. Really.
Yeah, is free time spent at the dorms only? Was one of the questions that just came in.
No, when you have free time, we ask that you never ever walk by yourself, but like we said, we are around some shops. It's a pretty lively area now. They've really built up over the last few years, quite frankly. It's actually amazing to us as Bostonians to see what this area of town looks like now.
Even just every year. The change every year it's crazy.
The girl that's from the U.S.
There's actually a couple of girls from the U.S. that are on right now.
Where from the U.S. are you? I don't know if they're Massachusetts. I think we have someone from California.
Yeah.
But anyway, so there's stores like Sephora. There's a store like Target. And if you're outside the United States, you're probably going to love Target. It has everything you can possibly want. And you'll also be able to get a ton of things to bring home that say Boston on it.
So the U.S., Pennsylvania, and Belmont, Mass.
Oh, hello. Belmont, you're right around the corner. It's going to take you no time to get here.
Do we need to convert money before coming?
Yes, that is an excellent question. You should absolutely convert money before you arrive in the U.S. One, it'll be easier for you, and two, you don't have a lot of time to find a bank that will convert your money.
And for the laundry, it is coin operated. I believe it's not credit card operated. And Leah is from actually Lincoln, Mass. So,
hello, Lincoln.
Will we stay at Simmons only? Well, that's where the residential dorms are. So that's where you're sleeping. Mm-hmm. That's where anything any kind of workshops that are happening at Simmons, they're right there. And obviously, when we leave to go to Harvard and Babson and that, we will be off campus. But
you will see more than Simmons College.
Yes. Do I bring a backpack, purse, etc., or anything to carry around with me throughout the program?
That's a great idea. If it's easier for you to carry your things in a backpack, I know I carry my things in a backpack during this week because it's just easier for me.
And actually, that's one of the things that you're actually going to be getting is one of those little cinch sack backpacks that will have your binder and everything in there.
Yeah.
Okay, we did, for the conversion of money, you should try and do it before you leave your country, if possible, or at the airport, or... Yep. Is there an opportunity to do any fitness, use a gym?
Okay, short answer is there is no gym on campus. They share a gym with a college, so I will check that out. Is there an opportunity... Again, your schedule is pretty packed. You'd have to get up pretty early in the morning for that.
Okay, and what time is arrival on the 19th? So for anybody that's living in Massachusetts and driving and, being dropped off at Simmons, you should try and arrive between 2 and 6 p.m. and we will send you the information. We'll even show you where you can park for a short term to drop everything off. But between 2 and 6 p.m. And like I said, we will send an email out to you with all that information.
The name of the dorm we're staying in, I believe, is Simmons Hall.
Mm-hmm. And if you do drive, there's no place on Simmons campus that you can actually leave your car. There are pay lots around, but they are very expensive.
Yeah, we definitely don't recommend you bring a car.
No. All right, and Anna, with the alumni, yes, you will have health insurance.
Hello,
and
Anna.
All of our international participants, we do have health insurance for you. Wow, the questions are coming in. We miss you too, Anna. All right. What is your definition of casual clothing?
Excellent question. I think casual clothing, it could be anything with the exception of super short shorts. If you want to wear a sundress, you don't have to dress up every day like you're going to the office. So if you wanted to wear capri pants or,
almost a lot of the stuff that you would wear at school.
Yeah, exactly.
So if it's something that the school would allow you to wear, then I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then you're going to want to dress up for the action plan presentation day.
Yeah. I hope that answers your question.
All right. Are we allowed to leave campus whenever we have free time and go into Boston?
Okay, excellent question. When you have free time, which I can't stress this enough, there's not a lot of free time. You are welcome to go and explore our city because I personally think Boston is one of the greatest cities and you should absolutely see it. But do not go alone. And there is a curfew. So, and you cannot miss these curfews. So you cannot miss all of the workshops and activities are mandatory. But when you have free time, as long as you are caught up on your action plan, yes, you are welcome to go and explore the city. I am also happy to give you recommendations.
By dress up, do you mean dresses and skirts or rather pantsuits?
Yeah, anything.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Right.
So we've had both. We've had especially for action plan presentation day, we've had people that are just wearing nice pants and a blouse or pantsuits or a dress. Whatever you're comfortable with is what you should bring. Wow, the questions just keep coming in. Should we send?
You're giving a presentation, so think about if you're giving a presentation, how do you want to present yourself?
Sorry.
We're looking at.
We're reading your questions, so we're trying to get. We've got a whole list, so we're trying to get to all of them. If your action plan is about doing something in another country, will it be a problem, or if only about the country we are coming from?
Okay, so that is one of the rules that we do have. There's always the case where I am from this country, but I am going to school in this country. Can I do it there? Mm-hmm. That's something that we're happy to discuss. Other than that, we do ask that you focus on an issue in your own country for your action plan. Now, if this is something, that you want to send us an email on, maybe this is one of those examples where it makes sense for you to do it somewhere else, let us know. But that is one of the things that we do ask you to do. Focus on your own country.
We actually have two of our women-to-women staff, that are on, Fariel and Greta. Hello, guys.
Hello, Fariel. Now, you probably heard from Fariel. A lot of you have received emails from Fariel and Greta. Yep. They are usually in the office with us, and they're doing a great job.
And one of the questions was, how many people are part of the Empower Peace staff?
Okay. Well, there's about 5 of us full time.
Yeah.
And right now we have Fariel and Greta that are coming, that are here with us working on putting together the summer program. And in total, we have about 30 alums that are coming back to serve as team captains.
Okay, so do you have a daily schedule of activities? Yes, we will send that to you sometime next week. Mm-hmm. You will also get it in your binders when you do arrive. I know we've kind of gone off the rails a little bit. Is the airport far away from Simmons College? It's in traffic. It's maybe about a half an hour. It's not far at all.
Yeah.
Oh, how is the weather in Boston? Is it rainy sometimes? Yes. We're actually going to be getting torrential downpours later today. They're saying we could get like an inch and a half of rain in just like 3 hours alone today. Mm-hmm. So it does change really quickly. We literally have had a heat wave where it's been 95 degrees Fahrenheit with about 80% humidity. Yeah. And then after the rainstorm happens today, it's supposed to drop 20 degrees within a matter of hours. So our weather is very all over the place.
One thing that you should all know is that in the summertime, I love the summer. I'm always cold, so this is great for me. But air conditioning, when you're going into a building, you absolutely want to have a sweater with you or sweatshirt or something at all times because it can get really cold inside.
Yeah, that's actually back to some of the what to bring. Yes, you definitely should be bringing an umbrella if you have one, a sweatshirt or light coat. Mm-hmm. Some of the other questions that we're actually kind of
coming in.
we're kind of getting to as we go. Here we go. So you are going to be doing a lot of walking. So you're going to want to have definitely comfortable shoes, whether those are sneakers, closed-toed shoes, just something that you are going to be comfortable walking in. Bring your information for your action plan. And I know another question was, should I bring a separate alarm clock? You can bring an alarm clock, or most people just have their phones with them, and that serves as their alarm clock.
Bring everything you need so that you wake up. And okay, roommates, if your roommate is sleeping, definitely. Oh, it's already up here. So you want to make sure that your roommate is awake. You cannot be late. That is another sticking point. We try to start these things as on time as possible because we have so much to get in each day. So be on time.
A lot of the same question. How many people are there this year? How many delegates?
Okay, so some people are still trying to get their visas, so that's why I'm not going to give you a definitive answer, but I believe we are going to have in total probably about 130 of us this year. It's a very big year. It's exciting.
Okay, what kind of visa do we need? It depends on the country that you're coming from. So
everybody though gets a B2 travel visa, unless you're being sponsored by the government or the U.S. Embassy in Egypt. They're doing something completely separate, but you should absolutely be looking for a B2 travel visa.
But there are some countries that don't require a visa per se. They do the ESTAs, and that can be done right online. So it's very easy, very quick, and you'll have your answer immediately.
Yeah. So what countries, do you have an idea of which ones?
Actually, the UK. The UK was the one asking about the visa. So with the UK, I'm 100% sure the UK I think you can do the ESTA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Because
if you have any questions, go on to the U.S. Embassy site in your country, and it should be able to. Your question should be able to be answered there.
Yeah. So like France has the ESTA, so that they were able. So I'm pretty sure it's most of Europe, the like Schengen countries, and that they can do the ESTAs. So
if you haven't done that yet, though, do that immediately.
All right.
While Carrie's looking at questions,
sorry.
One thing that we did skip over, unfortunately, this year, we have not left enough time for cultural presentations.
That's actually one of the questions.
Yeah, and it's really disappointing, but we would literally be going into the night by, until about 11 o'clock if we did that. So we decided to give you a little bit of a break. But having said that, we would love it if you brought, no matter where you're from, United States too, bring pictures of your home, your family. If you have traditional dress that you want to share, definitely bring that, because this, outside of, brushing up on leadership skills and giving you all this information and having you meet with all these people, really it's about learning from each other. I mean, and you have, girls from all over the world that you can learn from, and also teach them a little bit more about where you're from and your country. So bring that with you. I think it'd be great. We also, every year, we always have musicians, we have singers, we have artists. Bring that stuff with you. We can have a lot of fun.
And especially even at the final night party, too.
Oh, yeah.
So... All right, so we've got some more questions about the action plan, and then there's some travel questions which we are going to get to, so I'm not ignoring your questions. We will definitely talk about flight delayed, flight information, all of that in the next couple minutes. So I just want to let you know we are not ignoring it. So for the action plan, hold on. Do we have to actually have a lot of the action plan done before we come to Women to Women?
You do not. The only thing we ask is that you do some research before you come. So you're armed with your own information, because you won't have a lot of time to research anything when you're here. Now, again, sometimes what happens is you learn something from one of our speakers and you change your mind.
Yep.
That is okay. There is no wrong answer with the action plan. And I know that can get confusing, because I know that we're all very used to getting these defined lists of things that we need you to answer. There is no wrong answer with this. You have to identify an issue area that you want to work on, and you have to come up with the steps, which we're going to teach you the steps on how you develop an action plan and how you're going to implement it when you go home. All of that in between is what we're going to work with you on.
Oh, Leah, I just want to say, Leah just sent in a message for anybody, especially our international people, that don't want to bring extra towels because they take up a lot of space sometimes. She can actually bring some extra ones.
Oh, Leah, you're so great.
Okay, so for the final... Oh, wait, we'll
Leah
go back to the action
in room
plan.
323. I'm just kidding.
Can we do a common action plan with another country?
Oh, that's the first time we've ever had this
Yeah.
question. Would that common plan impact your own country and their country? So, I mean, if you were working on, let's just say, the immigration issue or refugee crisis, if they were connected in some way, but, you know, in both countries, then I think that's definitely worth discussing.
Okay, what kind of research should we be doing?
Okay, so I would come here with information about statistics if you have them. You know, basically answering the why is this important to you. So what is it? Who does it impact? How many people does it impact? What's being done about it now? Maybe there are organizations that are already working on this issue. If this is something that is also your government maybe working on policy issues, just to kind of have that background information. It's more for you than it is for us.
Okay, for your action plan, do you need to focus on the power of women? No, you don't. So it can be any issue that you're passionate about. Mm-hmm. It could be education, environmental, it can be a women's issue, but it can be anything that you are passionate about.
The idea is to learn how we can all become actively involved in our own backyards. And any issue that you work on will impact everyone, including women.
Are we supposed to work on position papers and recommendations?
No, we're actually going to teach you, or I mean, the whole idea of getting together and working on these action plans is all of that will come together. So be armed with your information so that one, you have it, but two, you're also teaching us about the issue in your country. So think about it, if you wanted us to learn more about the issue that you're passionate about, what are the things that you need to bring? So your position on it, you're basically identifying it, why it's important, but the action plan itself is what you're going to be developing during that 10 days. I
want to say hi to Gada from Egypt.
Hello, Gada.
She's actually asking about what is the role of the chaperone during the conference.
All right. Excellent question, Gada. A couple of things. One is you're traveling with your group, which is extremely important, but also for us, we want to make sure that your group is, comfortable with the workshops that they are participating in. So you may want to work with them on that. They may have an issue area that you are very knowledgeable about. So you could work with them on kind of brainstorming and what will and may not work, about how to make things work, like how do they overcome challenges when they're action plans. So, and it's more or less you're welcome to join us for every workshop, or you can select which ones that you want to work on. I'm hoping that answers it.
I think so. So next we're going to kind of go into travel because there's a bunch of travel questions coming in. So we'll kind of keep going through travel, and I'm sure we're going to address some of those questions right now. All right. So for travel, when you if you already have your travel information, if you don't have it, you will be getting it. For those of you that have booked your own travel, please send that information to us as soon as possible so that we can make sure that we are there at the airport to meet you guys.
Right.
But check with your assigned airline regarding baggage allowances and fees. We do not cover the fees, so that the fees are on for you to cover. And something very important. Do not bring more than you can carry.
This is my favorite.
We have actually had people come with 5 and 6 bags. We have had people come with bags that are actually heavier than they are.
Right.
So you are going to have to be carrying your own bags. So do not bring more than you can carry.
Yeah.
And definitely know about carry-on restrictions. Most airlines, you get 1 carry-on and a personal item, but check with the airline before you leave.
Now, just to go back to what Carrie was saying about do not bring more than you can carry, that's really, I'm an overpacker. I understand the problem. But you will be responsible for your own luggage. No one is going to carry it for you. So make sure that you can manage everything that you're bringing.
Also, check with the airline if you need any kind of special meal or anything like that. Contact the airline immediately and arrange for a special meal or any kind of accommodations you need. And also check with the airline. Recently, I want to say at the end of June, the TSA has enacted new travel restrictions for people coming into the U.S. like with powders. So check with that before. Last year we had issues with laptops and cameras and tablets, so just double check with the airline before.
And I would strongly suggest that you get to your airports early because security lines can be really long. Do not worry about being here. When you arrive, going through immigration, for those of you traveling internationally, because we know that it's going to take a long time, we are going to be tracking your flights. So you do not have to worry about us not being there. We will be there.
Right, and one of the questions is who should we contact if the flight is delayed or we miss our flight? You can contact either myself or Trisha. We will make sure that you have all of our contact information, including cell phones. Even just sending an email or something like that, just letting us know. But we will be tracking your flight, so if you are delayed, we will know that too.
Yeah. But that's really important. Make sure that you're bringing all of your travel documents with you on the flight. So anything you've gotten from us, including your acceptance letter, you may need that when you're going through immigration. So just have it all just in case. You should also have the address of where you're staying, which is on that letter. You should definitely have our contact information. That's especially important if you miss your flight. So we're tracking your flight, but we won't know if you're not on it. So definitely do that. And other last thing, always, it's just a good thing to do. Bring an extra set of clothing on the flight with you. If you're having a carry-on, because this doesn't happen often. I don't want to freak anybody out, but sometimes baggage gets lost. So you just want to be prepared for at least a day if that in fact happens.
Yeah, and keep your luggage receipt with you. But also one thing actually somebody taught me is take a picture of your bag with your cell phone, so that you have that with you. So in case something does happen, you can actually provide the airline with an exact, here's what it looks like.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I thought that was pretty good. All right, we have a lot of questions coming in.
And we already talked about if you're driving to Simmons, the hours to get there.
Yeah, between 2 and 6 p.m.
See Leah for extra towels. That was so nice. For those of you that are driving, if you're in Massachusetts, bringing an extra fan, probably not a bad idea.
No, definitely. There are going to be fans in the rooms.
Yeah, there will be. So Simmons, just so you all know, is an older school, so the buildings are older. There is no AC, but they do provide fans in each room. That's a bonus.
Okay. How many hours before do we need to be at the airport? For international, they typically recommend 2 to 2.5 hours early. If you're local, I always get there like an hour and a half.
You're lying. We both get there hours ahead of time.
But I would definitely say for international, between 2 to 2.5 hours early, and domestic, at least an hour to an hour and a half.
Yeah,
early.
I usually am like 3 hours early for international,
So
and 2 hours early for domestic.
Are there going to be vegetarian meal options?
Yes. And thank you all for letting us know any of your dietary restrictions or whatever, because we are going to do our very best to accommodate everyone.
Right, so include gluten allergies and everything.
Yeah.
All right, so when will the tickets, the flight tickets be sent? A lot of you actually already have your flight information. Some of them, the embassies are booking directly. Mm-hmm. And then we have a couple that we are booking between today and early next week. So you will have your flights by then.
It's all electronic though.
Yes, it's all for the ones. Yeah, it's electronic tickets. So you just have to go to the airport, check in at the airline, and they will issue your boarding passes. All right. Is there a map, and is it easy to travel? I was going to say, we usually put a map inside of the binder, and it is actually really easy. Boston's actually known as the walking city, so you can pretty much get everywhere in Boston just by walking. And then our MBTA train system is fantastic as well.
Yeah.
So, and they're both easy to use. Okay. Who will be receiving us at the airports?
There's going to be a team of us that will be there, and we will be holding signs. We will have shirts. More than likely, I will be in Terminal E for all the international people coming in. More than likely, you will see me.
Right. So, exactly. So, in Power Peace staff, we will have the signs. We will have the blue T-shirts that have the Women to Women logo on it. So, anybody traveling in, just look for the blue shirts and the signs, and especially for some of our domestic ones, we will be at baggage.
Yep.
All right. Is it allowed to record the conference?
Yes, absolutely.
Yep, to record, take pictures, whatever you would like to do.
If you're taking pictures of your new friends, just make sure that they're comfortable with it before you do anything with it.
Okay, how many girls are going to be part of each group?
Good question. Minimum of 10 girls, maximum of up to 14.
All right. Get that one. Also bringing food. Can you go through so people traveling internationally trying to bring food into the U.S., check on the website because it's different depending on what kind of food you're trying to bring in.
Fruit is usually the big sticking point. I would not recommend fruit, but hey, cookies.
I was going to say we have had participants bringing.
We're about cookies.
We've had participants bringing in like cookies and some
waffles.
Yeah. So definitely check with the airline before you bring any kind of food in with you. Yeah, and another suggestion for people traveling, put a ribbon or something around your suitcase, especially if it's a traditional black suitcase, just to make it stand out a little bit.
Who brought that
up? That was Fariel.
Fariel, good job.
All right. I just want to make sure.
Fariel is from Tunisia, so she's made this trip a couple of times.
Just a few times.
Just a few.
Let's see what else. We've got a lot of questions coming in. All right, I'm arriving at approximately 9:30 on the. Is it okay? You can. We actually have people coming in on the 19th, pretty much throughout the entire day. So somebody is asking if it's too late for it to be 19:30, or no, it's not too late. So we will probably be at the airport after 10, 11 o'clock easily. So no, that is not too late at all. Can we make our action plan before we get to Boston?
Oh, yeah. That would be great. You may learn something new when you get here, but if you have something that you want to outline before you do, by all means.
Is there a mini fridge in the dorm? I believe there is a fridge in the common area, but there aren't mini fridges in each dorm room or anything like that. But you will have access to...
Right. But there's no guarantee that it will... I mean, it's not in your room, so anyone would have access to it.
When we get there and check in, do we bring our stuff to the dorms immediately? You will actually be checking in right at the dorm.
Right.
So we'll have our staff there, and they can help get you upstairs and show you where your room is and everything like that. Mm-hmm. How much are luggage fees? They differ from airline to airline.
It could be $25. It could be $50. You should definitely go online and take a look.
Right, and also look at the weight restrictions. Mm-hmm.
Again, going back to only bring what you can carry.
So we're working in groups but presenting alone. You're in groups throughout the actual conference itself, but for your action plan, that's up to you. If you want to present alone or if you want to present in a group within your country, that's completely up to you. So no, you don't have to be presenting alone. Are there healthy options for meals?
Yes, so the Simmons cafeteria has a number of different food stations. So there will be salad, there will be sandwiches. I mean, I don't have the menu in front of me, but there are a lot of different options for you there.
Okay, and I know there was a question about like the travel-ons. For your travel-on bag, you are allowed 3 ounces, so that's like that 3-1 or the 411. So you're allowed to carry 3 ounces of liquids, and that they all have to fit within a 1 quart bag, and you will have to check that through separately. So that is the rule. One more. Why did we have to give you our shoe size?
That's a really good question. But it's sort of a surprise.
We'll be finding out.
Yes,
yeah.
You will find out during the conference.
There is an actual good reason.
Yeah.
We promise you.
We don't just want to know shoe sizes.
Yeah. And Greta is letting everybody know there's actually going to be a Simmons map right in the binder, so you'll know exactly where you are at Simmons. If you are driving to Simmons, I will send you the map as to where you can pull in to do kind of like a live parking thing, and it's right near the actual Simmons Hall. So I will send that information to everybody.
Yeah, that's kind of a busy area where we are, Simmons Hall. So, but I guess if you go down Pilgrim Ave, it's probably better than...
Yeah, that's where they're going to allow us to park, is in that little lot. So
Okay.
I will send you a map exactly showing where you can pull in and park. For who will meet us there, Trisha and some of the alumni will actually be meeting you at the airport, and I will be meeting everybody at Simmons Hall. All right, and Greta's saying, yes, there is a map. Okay, just trying to read these.
All right, these are all great questions, by the way.
Yeah, I've been gathering statistics about major issues in international and globally. Is this enough preparation?
That's fantastic. Again, you're teaching us as well as being armed with your own information.
Okay, we got that one. Trying to think.
Also, while Carrie is looking at questions, please make sure that you leave information for whomever needs to have it at home. So parents, friends, anybody that needs to know where you are or how to reach Carrie or me. We're going to be giving you, if we haven't already, our cell phone numbers. You should leave that with them so that they can reach us should anything come up.
Should we put the Simmons College address on our luggage? Yes.
Yes.
That's not a bad. That is a great idea.
That's a really
actually.
good idea.
Is there food available all day? We will have snacks throughout the day that we are. So you'll have your 3 meals, and then you'll also have snacks throughout the day.
Yeah. Not heavy snacks, but we'll have something.
So I got that. What is the role of the interns?
Who's asking that question?
One of our participants from France.
Okay. So our alumni come back and they serve a number of roles, and we're really excited to have them back. So one is they've already gone through the program, so they can answer any questions you have about the program, what to do. They can even answer questions about what to see in Boston, help you with directions. That's one role. The other role they play is that they are responsible for their group. So they need to make sure that you are on time. They know where you are so that you don't miss a bus. So it's kind of keeping track of you. That's another role. The other role they play, though, is to really help you define what your action plan is and help you brainstorm. So, and they also, they're going to be great resources for you. They're all very smart and very dedicated. And excited to meet you all, so that's really important too. Anna from Portugal has done some amazing things, so I'm sure she'll be able to share her experiences with you. And finally, they help us. They help us quite a bit because they help us with logistics and when we need to make sure that the busing has arrived. Yeah. So they're really busy throughout the entire 10 days.
And regarding the action plan, there's a couple of people who have actually said this, that they have an idea, they've been doing their research, but they're not quite sure what kind of action to do.
That's what you're going to learn during Women to Women. So that's perfect. You do not need to have all the answers before you get here.
And that's, again, something that the interns actually can help you with as well.
Yep.
So, all right. Is it easy to make friends? Is everybody friendly? Yes.
That we will make sure. You know what? A lot of people don't ask that question, but I am sure that everyone comes here a little nervous because you don't know anyone. You're traveling. Some of you are traveling by yourself. A lot of you are actually traveling on your own. You will absolutely make friends. That's one of the reasons why we break this big group into small groups. That's one of the reasons. But you will absolutely make friends. I promise.
And some of the questions we're getting is actually about the groups. Who's actually making the decision as to how the groups are chosen?
Well, that's a good question. Well, the first round went to Greta and Fariel. So it's based on what we talked about, some of the issues that you've broken down into your application. We also try to look at age groups. So there is a method to our madness on these groups. I'm actually finalizing them today.
All right. Ruan's very excited. She can't wait to get to know everybody. Is the goal of the action plan to bring it back to our home and employ it?
Absolutely. I mean, the whole idea of an action plan is to actually implement the plan.
Excellent.
And we will follow up with you because we want to know how you're doing. So, and we'll talk a lot about action plans and how, you can have this plan that you develop when you're here and it sounds amazing and, you're getting great feedback. But when you go home, you may run into issues.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about that too. Like, you're going to have to pivot sometimes. So you don't stop when you hit the obstacle. You try to figure out how you go around the obstacle.
Okay. What time is curfew, actually?
Another excellent question. So, okay, one thing you have to know is we take timing very seriously. So you need to be on time for everything. Curfew, we've actually extended it. So you have to be in the dorm. We have people checking you in by 11 o'clock. So that is so most people are on campus anyway, but you have to be in the dorm at that time.
Okay.
And we have check-in usually starting about 9 o'clock.
We have staff there starting at 9 o'clock, so if you wanted to make it an early night or something like that.
Yeah, we just let the team captains know that you're going in. You can go in earlier too. That's fine because it's an exhausting day.
Yep.
Sleep is important, but you absolutely have to check in. We account for everyone by the end of the night.
If you are for your action plan presentation, if you're presenting in a group, are you still at the 5-minute?
No, and that's a little bit more flexible. So depending on how big your group is, it goes to maybe 7 to 10 minutes.
Can we know beforehand if there will be same country delegates? In my case, Belgium. So for Belgium,
actually,
we have I think 6 total.
Yeah.
Well, 6 delegates, not counting interns that are coming from Belgium, and then we have several interns coming from Belgium as well.
Alex, Jasmine,
Salome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
we
got
have
at least
a huge
3 or 4.
delegation
So we
from
probably
Belgium.
got about at least 10 people from Belgium actually that are coming. Will the interns share rooms with us?
No.
They'll be on the floors.
Right.
But they will not be in the same rooms as you guys. They will have their own rooms.
Yeah. Well, interns sometimes share rooms with each other or, but they will not be in your room.
So for the groups, and you were saying they could be up to 10 people in a group.
Well, actually up to 14. So again, it varies based on issue areas.
There may be some people from your own country in the group, or there may not be. It depends on, some of the issues that you're working on and that. So.
And even though you're in different groups, that doesn't mean you can't work with someone in a different group. I mean, you're not confined to your group, in other words. I mean, this is the group that you're going to kind of be traveling with, and these are the people that your team captains are accounting for and that sort of thing. But if you have an action plan, you don't have to stay within your group confines to do that. You just have to find someone that's also passionate about the issue that you want to work on from your country.
Right. So that kind of describes how the teams are determined.
Yeah.
All right. We have approximately, I think, 12 people total from the U.S. that are going to be here. So we have a good-sized group coming from the U.S.
What states? So we have Pennsylvania, Massachusetts. We have quite a few from Massachusetts.
Yeah, quite a few from California. We've got at least 2 from California. And then we have somebody that is she's from Kosovo, but she's living in the United States right now.
Okay.
So, but we do have a good group coming. You are going to have a roommate. So yes, everybody that is coming will have a roommate.
We do not take roommate requests, and it will be someone from another country.
And Fariel wanted everybody to know the WhatsApp group. So,
oh yeah.
So you will be able to kind of communicate with everybody through WhatsApp. Have we ever had delegates from Mauritius? No.
No,
This is our
first
year,
time.
so we are very excited
So
to have
welcome.
Campus security.
There's
Any
actually a
questions?
campus security person in Simmons Hall. It's one of the only halls that has someone right there at the front door. And also a gate locks at, I want to say it was 11 o'clock. So there's a gate around where we're staying and that locks, but it just so happens to lock right in front of the dorm you're staying at. So there is security
And
all the time.
In addition to that, every single person is going to have a swipe key and a key to your room, so all the room doors lock. And to get into Simmons Hall itself, you are going to have the swipe key, so it stays locked, and the swipe key will unlock it.
Now, we are not the only people on campus. So we are the only people in that dorm, but we're not the only ones on campus. So it's really important, not that you're going to have time to make friends outside of your group, but we do not allow outside people in the dorms. And that's really important to abide by.
Okay, there's that. For the final night party, is it casual?
Yeah, you should have some fun with that.
And
Absolutely.
also clothing wise, yes, it is casual, so you don't have to dress up or anything like that. So we've already talked about how much money we should bring, but
Again, it depends on what you want. All of your expenses related to the conference are paid for. They're covered. But if you want to buy things for yourself, if there are things at night and you're out with your friends and you want to buy, a snack, that's going to run you for an ice cream, like I said, like $4 on up. If you wanted to buy a sweatshirt, $40 to $60 depending on where you are. T-shirts usually around $20 depending on where you are. Target is a great resource for anything that says Boston on it. They usually have like a whole Boston Red Sox section.
They've got
Anyway,
a little bit of
that's a better
everything.
place to get any Red Sox gear, by the way. We definitely promote the Boston Red Sox, so bring that home with you. Local people, I'm expecting that you're Red Sox fans, all right? I'm throwing that out there right now. But it would be a better place than going to, say, Fenway to get a T-shirt. You're going to get the same thing, but it's going to cost you more money there.
yeah, the final night party is on the night of the 27th.
Yep.
Is there a Goodwill nearby? I don't believe it's real nearby.
Yeah.
I know there is one in Boston, but I don't think it's close at all to where we are. I know that was one. Okay.
But that's an interesting question.
Yeah. If I forget something throughout the day, is there time to go back to the dorms? It depends. Well, I mean, you
Okay.
are going to have your breaks, and the dorms are very close to where we're going to be.
Right.
But you do have limited time.
Yeah. And okay, so the other thing is we are gone for the day on Monday. We're gone for the day on Tuesday. Wednesday, you are at Simmons College, but Thursday, you're gone for the day at Harvard. So, and then Friday, you're pretty much gone for half the day at the State House, maybe the full day. We're still working with the timing on that. So, when you leave your dorm room in the morning, you should really do a checklist before you go because you will not be able to go back. When you're in Babson, you're about 35 to 40 minutes away without traffic, so it's not like you can just go back and run and get something, okay? So really be prepared each and every day.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Can we take pictures? Yes, you can take pictures. Absolutely. You can take pictures of everything.
Yeah. But again, what we say is, make sure if you're taking pictures of people that they're comfortable with the pictures that you're taking. And certainly if you're posting anything, you want to make sure that they're comfortable with that as well.
Exactly. And we will have gluten-free snacks, yes. Can we apply next year? So, no, you can't apply as a delegate, but you can apply to come back as an intern.
They already want to come back. Look at that.
So, yes.
You should see the schedule before you ask about next year, though. Right? Just throw that out there.
All right.
Rest up, ladies. It's busy.
So again, another question was regarding the action plan. I know what I want to focus on. I just don't know about what type of action to do. And that's something that, number one, the interns can help you with. But number two, you may actually, while you're going through the workshops, you may get an idea. But that's something you can bounce off any one of the Empower Peace staff, our interns, and we can kind of try and help you think through.
Yeah, no, we're happy to brainstorm with you. That's part of the reason why you're here is to kind of learn how do you build the action plan? What are some of the steps you can take? And we may come up with some ideas that maybe you didn't think of.
Oh, they're asking about the requirements to be an intern, actually. I was going to say, really the only, you just have had to have been part of the program 1 year. And
you have to be awesome.
Yeah.
No,
it is an
actually,
application.
It is an
application process.
We're happy to discuss that with you while you're here. You can also talk to our staff that's here this year. Ask them.
Okay. Milena? Her mother's actually watching, and she wanted to know if she has to provide any kind of records of vaccinations or anything like that. And
excellent question. No, but if that ever does come up, we'll make sure we have your contact information, I'm assuming. And I'm so happy that there's a mom watching. That's fantastic.
And Carla, I did get your message, and I know you said you were going to talk to me offline about a question, so I just wanted to say I did get that message. How will we learn how to fund our action plan?
Ooh, good
That's a good question.
There's never an easy answer to that, but that's absolutely something that we would brainstorm with you about when you're here. Where is she from?
What?
The person that asked that question. Do we know?
No.
Because there's no simple answer to that. And funding can come in many different ways,
Right.
and I think a lot of it depends on what your network looks like. Maybe there's some programs in your country that maybe we know of. That's why I'm not avoiding an answer. I'm just saying that there's no easy answer to that, and I think it's worth a discussion.
Okay. Will we have any access to any medication on campus?
Okay, so if you have prescription medication that you need to bring, you should absolutely do that. If you, we typically have things like ibuprofen and Tylenol, but if you're asking for something more than that, you may want to bring that with you.
Yeah, you should definitely bring that with you. I know there were some questions about the visas and that, Asma, I will make a note to contact you offline as well, because I know you have a question, so I will definitely email you back on that question.
Or is that visa issues?
Yep,
okay.
A visa question. Is there any adult ambassador coming from our country, France, to with us? You do not have a chaperone that is coming.
But there's a large group of you, and I believe you are all meeting in Paris, and you're going to be all on the same flight. So if you don't know each other now,
you will.
You should look around and see who's about your age, because you'll all be on the same flight, probably sitting right next to each other. We've actually had that happen before. We've had girls talking the whole way here, and then they get off the flight and they realize they're going to the same program. Yeah. That brings up a really good point too, though. If you haven't already, please join any of our social media,
yes.
Instagram, Facebook. We will give updates. We post a lot. You'll hear from some of our alums. You'll get to meet each other. That's really great. What we've had in the past, we had some girls that knew they were having a big group. They all decided to wear like a ribbon or something to identify themselves before they got on the flight. So there's really fun things that you all can do before you even get here.
We did have another question regarding the tickets. Once your tickets are booked and you fly to the U.S., yes, we will meet you at the airport. We will be there to pick you up and bring you to Simmons College. And Same thing for when you are ready to return home. We will have the shuttles taking you back to the airport.
Yeah.
Is there a language barrier?
There should not be. Now, some of you are coming from there's a lot of you coming from a lot of different places, but we are not going to ask you to read or write in English, but everything is done in English, and that is one of the requirements. Mm-hmm. So if English is your first language, just recognize that it's not a first language to many others. So I know I always have to be told to slow down. So if that's the case, then we'll just try to recognize that and help each other out.
Will we talk about how to be more confident in working on ourselves? Yes.
Yes, we're actually going to focus a lot on that this year.
Yeah, we're very excited.
Yeah, every year is different, but what we've learned from last year's survey is that they wanted more workshops like that. So we actually have quite a few.
We had a question regarding somebody's on some new medication. Just bring it with you. You don't have to send it to us or anything like that.
Yeah.
So just bring it with you and you're all set. So we got that one.
Yeah, and I want to go back to that one girl about confidence.
Yes,
that is
Yvonne.
something. Yeah, so that's something that I think a lot of people struggle with.
Oh,
Even like you look at these people who they look like they're the most confident people in the world, and if you ask them, they'll also say that they have doubts. I think that's one of the things that I think it's a good discussion to have. Mm-hmm. But yes, we're going to focus on that a lot. Thank you for bringing that up.
All right. Do we need to take notes during lectures?
It never hurts. I mean, a lot of people do. Do you need to? No, we're not going to make you, but a lot of people do. A lot of information comes out of these things.
Okay, I know Clara has a question. I just need to look something up, Clara, before I answer you. So I will email you offline as well. So I'm just making a note because I know she had a question regarding a flight. So I am going to look into that. Anna wanted to know if we're going to do any kind of broadcast for alumni.
Anna, we're going to send you information. That's a good question because we had talked about doing a video. We're also hoping to get everyone together at one point before everyone else arrives.
And
we get all through them?
Do we have to bring a really nice dress?
No. You don't.
No, you just want to make sure that you're going to be comfortable. All right. Oh, we are having a reception. Oh, yeah. Yes, our French delegates, they are having a reception and they're meeting at the embassy ahead of time. So
excellent.
Yes, so you guys will all get to meet each other before you are on the plane the next day coming to Boston. When will the action plan start?
Okay, another great question. Action plans can start when you get home. Sometimes people start it, when they're into their school year because it may involve some of their friends from their school. Mm-hmm. So the timing of it, what we try to do is give you a 6-month period to get something done. So we'll kind of check in with you maybe in November and we'll do another check-in because we realize that it depending on what you're working on and who you're working on it with, we can't say, the minute you arrive home, you start working on it. But that's part of your action plan, timing.
Okay, and do we need to bring any kind of supplies with us, like notebooks and that? And you will be getting your binder, you will be getting a notebook, pens, so you don't have to bring your own supplies.
But good question.
Regarding bringing medication with you, traveling internationally, just double check on the airline's website. For like your prescription medication, you won't have any kind of issues bringing anything like that.
Yeah, all that should be fine.
Yep.
And while Carrie's going through that, just to reiterate things that you should bring, soap, shampoos, anything that you need for your personal items, toothpaste, toothbrush, you'll need all of that. The only thing that Simmons is providing you are the 2 towels, the bed sheets, the pillow, what else am I forgetting? And a blanket.
Yes.
But everything else you should bring with you.
Are the showers relatively clean? Yes, they are. We were actually in the dorms not too long ago, so we took a whole tour of it and everything. So they're actually, it's a very nice. Can we use our bank card, Maestro card? Usually, if it's like a Visa, MasterCard, American Express, anything like that, you shouldn't have any kind of issues with it.
I know I've used it when I was traveling.
Yeah, I've used it overseas, but it might be worth a call to your local bank as well that the card is out of.
And if possible, you definitely should have a little bit of money on you just in case.
Okay, at what time do you think we'll have to wake up every morning during Women to Women?
I don't want to scare you all, but I'm serious about the schedule being busy.
Yeah.
So breakfast starts at 7:30 in the morning. We typically start between 8 and 8:30 every single day. Mostly 8:30. I think I give about an hour.
8:30.
No, you don't have to be at breakfast at 7:30. We recommend that you eat something before the day starts, but any time during that breakfast time is when you can be there.
So all international participants will definitely have health insurance.
Yes.
And it covers any kind of if you have to go to the hospital for any kind of reason.
But there is like a copay, so you would be responsible for any expenses outside of what it covers. So typically, if you have to go to the emergency room, a minimum payment would be, I want to say about $500, but it really depends. So let's just try not to do that, okay?
For the breakfast, was coffee available?
Oh, yeah.
Coffee is sure definitely there.
Yes.
You do have Wi-Fi in all of the rooms. The Simmons campus is Wi-Fi enabled, so yes, you will. And what day is the scheduled program supposed to start? So the 19th is your travel day, so the program itself starts on the 20th.
Yeah, we jump right in.
All right. Can we postmate while here?
Can you post?
It says postmate.
Postmate. Not sure what that is.
All right.
Oh, we have a few more coming in.
Not in Boston. Oh, it's a food delivery service. Not in Boston, Fariel is saying.
Oh, okay.
But I was going to say, we have had some participants that, wanted to get something to eat late at night, so they, have a pizza delivery place or
Domino's,
something like that. You are able to have something like that come to the dorms to deliver food. What do we do if we are at Simmons on the travel days?
So if you're here early on the travel days and you're waiting for people to come in, you can do a number of things. We are going to have a large group of our alums at Simmons. You are welcome to hang out with them and greet people as they come in, meet new friends right away. You can probably also grab an alum and have them take you down the street to show you where some of the shops are. Again, we want you to Boston is a pretty safe area, especially where you are. It's a fairly safe area, but it's still a city. You still have to be cautious on where you are. And if you're not from around, even if you are from around here, you just want to always have someone with you.
And actually, Joanna Colas, she is saying if we need a local parent to assist at all, she's in Belmont and she is willing to help.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right. Oh. All right. Whoops. So yeah, we are very excited to meet you guys. I'm not seeing any more questions coming in at the moment, but if we have not touched on something at all, or you have additional questions that you think of, do not hesitate to get in touch with myself, Trisha, Fariel, Greta, any of us. We are here to help you guys. Is the water drinkable? Yes, it is drinkable. And we're actually going to give you guys water bottles so that you'll be able to fill them up and have water with you at all times.
Yeah, we really push the water. And for the moms out there, if you have any questions, feel free to contact us at any time.
Yeah, the letter invitation, yes, that can be used for your confirmation so that you have that with you when you're traveling. So yes, that is. This is one that we usually get every year. We'll be allowed to meet our family in Boston during free time.
Okay, excellent question. Yes, a lot of you are traveling pretty far. If you have family members that are in the area, by all means. But you have to be back by curfew. You have to let us know before you go that you're going with family members. So, just let's keep that communication open. So let us know who you're going with, when you're going, and make sure that you're back on time. And again, it has to be after all of the programs are done for the day.
I am Belgian and have both Chilean and Belgian passports. Should I bring both passports?
That's a good question.
Yeah, you've actually that's a first for
us.
First.
I kind of feel like you should probably pick one.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would probably because you're coming out of Belgium. I would probably bring the Belgian passport.
Yeah.
Are there any safes in the rooms?
No.
No, there are no safes in the rooms. And I guess somebody joined us late. So I am Carrie Johnston. I am the outreach coordinator here at Empower Peace.
I'm Trisha Raynard, and I'm the executive director.
All right.
And behind all of us is Doug Wicks, who you will see he's clapping for himself. He will be our video producer for the 10 days. You'll see a lot of him.
Can we send you pictures of the rooms? Because every room is a little different, we don't really have pictures. I know we have. I can find what a typical dorm room in that hall looks like. I can send something like that. But I mean, every room is different because it depends on whether or not it's a double or a triple.
Yeah.
So, how large is the bed? It is an extra large twin size bed.
Yeah.
So.
If you pretty much look up any old dorm room, this is what it's going to look like. I think most dorm rooms, although colleges are now building these great new things, but yeah.
The hall, the residence hall you guys will be staying in is Simmons Hall.
And again, it's all female floors. Carrie and I are there. The chaperones are there, as well as all of our alums. We're all on the floors. We're not sharing rooms with you, but we are on the floors with you. So it is staffed.
Right. And for like the bathrooms, there's like it's a common bathroom for that wing of each floor.
Yeah, so
you won't have your own private
Kind
bathrooms.
of like, no private bathrooms.
Right.
If it makes you feel any better, Carrie and I don't have private bathrooms either.
We're
a lot older.
Are there mirrors in the bath? Yes, there is. There are mirrors in there. There is no bathtub. It's all showers. And for your arrival day, there's no official program. We will have kind of like the dessert social. But there is no official program for that day. And
some of you are traveling pretty far, so on that day, we kind of like it to be a little bit more relaxed. Try to get some sleep early because we're, like I said, we're jumping in on Friday morning.
Can we know about our roommates before our arrival?
We typically don't do that. We like you to meet when you get here, but you can meet everybody before you get here by going on our social media, and that's how some roommates have actually met. They didn't know they were going to be roommates, but they had been talking on social media, so it was great.
The bathrooms, they are because we are on all female floors, it will only be for women. Yep. So it will not be for both men and women. And the shower itself, there's like individual cubicles for each person, so you're not in a group open shower.
Yeah, no.
That was a question. So we got the roommate. So what is the most important tips that you can tell us so that we can learn more and enjoy our time?
Oh, that's such a good question. And any of our alums out there, if you want to help us answer that, honestly, for me, I think the most important thing you can do is come here with an open mind and really take advantage of every second that you have. You're going to meet new people, ask them questions. Exactly. I mean, the whole idea of this, really, the most important thing is to learn from each other and build this strong network, because when you leave, you're going to have a support group from girls from 30 countries, and they all are passionate about the same type of things that you're passionate about. They're going to be the ones that support you when you're, going on to so much bigger and better things. This is going to be like a great network for you. So don't be shy. Ask the questions you want to ask.
Absolutely.
We all get a little intimidated when we want to ask questions about someone's country or maybe their government or policy, or it could be anything. And if you're being asked those questions, just know that they're asking because they're curious and they're not trying to be disrespectful. So being open-minded is key, and really getting yourself out there. I think that's probably the one of the biggest things that I could offer you.
Oh, here's a good question for parents. Do you post pictures in that throughout the conference? And that,
yes.
Like to Instagram, so.
Okay, so Doug, who is again behind all of the monitors here, he's clapping, don't know if you can hear that. What we do is we do daily highlight videos. And so you will see what we've done through each day. And we typically try to get that up before 10 a.m. the next day.
Yep.
So that will be on Facebook. It will be on Instagram. So definitely follow us.
Yeah, and if you don't, because I know some people are saying they're not on Facebook, Instagram, yes, we do have an Instagram page, so definitely connect on Instagram. What is the Facebook page? We are found under Empower Peace, so that is what you should search for. So Anna is saying the most important thing, make friends. International friends are amazing, and women-to-women friendships are life-lasting ones. Beside being in a network, it's family. So thank you. We love that.
Anna.
We love hearing that. So yes, and a lot of because we did talk about this is such a big network. I mean, this is going to be almost over 1,200 people that have come through the Women to Women program, and a lot of them are on social media. So you will be able to connect with women delegates from past years. So definitely.
We've actually seen that quite a bit.
Yes.
So what will happen is someone will be traveling to another country and saying, is anyone there? And next thing you know, they're meeting an alum from another year. So it's going to be great. And sometimes we've even had alums not knowing that they're going to be at a same conference, but Model UN in another country, they realized that they were from Women to Women. We actually had a tech conference in Israel where we had two people, one from the United States, one from Canada.
China.
Oh, China.
She was from China originally, yes.
And they realized on the last day they had both gone through this program. So you absolutely want to stay connected.
And I'm just trying to make sure.
And believe me, we know when you come into this large room of people you don't know that it can be intimidating, and especially for shy people. I get it. But that's one of the reasons why we're here and our alums are coming back, so that we can kind of break that ice for you.
Yes, and another recommendation is we understand that some people are shy, but get to know everybody and their stories.
Yeah.
So that is a good one.
And one other thing that I want to add too, if English is not your first language, what we have found is that a lot of girls are typically really shy because they're afraid that their English isn't good enough. I promise you, your English is better than good enough. So don't be shy. Really participate. Don't let that hold you back.
For our Instagram, Women to Women? I'm not quite sure what our Instagram...
I would say it's Women to Women, actually,
it's not the
number 2.
Yes, so Women to Women. Yes, that's what it is. So spelled out women, the number 2, women.
And for moms out there or parents or guardians, I do understand that you want to be able to connect with your kids here, and that's really important. I know it would be really important to me, so we will do our best to answer any questions that you have, and also to post on our social media so you can see what's happening.
Actually, we're getting EP Women to Women.
EP Women to Women.
Yep, so that is our Instagram, EP Women to Women.
Thanks,
all right. Excellent. So again, if we haven't answered any of your questions or you think of something in the next couple days, do not hesitate to contact us and we will be happy to answer them.
Yeah, we're really excited. This is a big, big group, but it's going to be a really great 10 days. So, but rest up.
Yes.
Rest up. It's busy. It's going to be a busy schedule. For the moms out there, your daughter's going to come home and sleep for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And for any of the U.S. students that are joining us, if you have any questions about action plans or resources, we're in your backyard, so I think we might be able to be helpful with that. I think that's about it.
I think so.
All right.
We will be actually taking this broadcast and we will be uploading it to our YouTube channel next week. So you'll be able to, if you weren't able to view the whole thing or something like that, it will be there.
Yep. Any more? Is that it?
I'm contacting other delegates for this year. You can do it through Instagram or our Facebook page and that. So that is your best way of doing that.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it. All right. So we're going to see you in just a couple of weeks.
12 days.
So that's fantastic. All right. And in the meantime, you know where to reach us. We're here. And if we don't see you beforehand, we'll see you at Simmons College.
Excellent.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.